Alright everybody, welcome back. Today I want to do something a little bit different. I'm a big fan of sushi, and with sushi comes usually a whole lot of work, rolling it, getting all the ingredients prepared, etc. So one of the things I've learned to like just as well is poke. Poke is traditionally Hawaiian with Japanese influence on it. It's readily available a lot of places, other places it's not. I'm cheap, and I also like to know what my ingredients are and to make my own stuff. So I have learned somewhat to make my own poke. So today I'd like y'all to join me, and I'll show you some hints and tricks on making some good, easy poke. So some of the things I've done already here is I've taken I've got the tuna fish, and that's a lot of people. One of the first questions everybody asks me is what kind of fish do you use for sushi or for poke in this case? What I use is I get the frozen tuna fillets from Kroger. As long as they've been frozen or cooked to a certain temperature, then most of the bacteria gets killed, or 99% of the bacteria gets killed. Now there's always a risk in eating raw and undercooked food or in fish, so keep that in mind anytime that you're going to have poke or sushi. So what I've done already is I've already sliced up the tuna, and I put it in a nice bath of sriracha to give it that spicy tuna. And then from there I have some imitation crab, because I'm cheap and I don't like to buy the actual crab. So I got the flaky imitation crab, and I've chopped it up in a little bit smaller pieces so that the flavor gets all the way through the bowl. Then I have some mangoes here. Now a lot of y'all have probably tried to dice mangoes, and not saying it's not super difficult, but in the nature of being everything easy, I found some canned diced mangoes, so I'm using those. I like avocado in my poke, so I found this, once again, going the easy route, squeeze avocado. So we're going to try that today. The rice I pre-cooked and chilled, and I added a little bit of the sweet rice seasoning. So that's already ready to go. So really the only thing left to do to prep is our cucumber. Now I'm using an English cucumber. One, because the shape of it is a whole lot easier to manage, and two, it doesn't have quite the amount of water, and as you can see, the inside of it is not quite as wet, and it's a little easier to manage than a traditional cucumber that most of us are familiar with. So I like to get it into little manageable sizes, and this may be the amount of cucumber I totally use for today's bowl. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and slice it lengthwise into small strips. Now if you go to a sushi bar or something, and you're sitting at the bar and you look around, a lot of them have their cucumber already pre-sliced, and it's in containers, because this can be a painstaking process here. So I'm going to get that ready there. Now I don't really need that much cucumber, so rather than peeling it, I'm just going to get rid of those two outside pieces, which hopefully I'll slice thin enough that I won't miss them. And I'll do the same thing here. I'll just kind of slice the skin off the outside. And there's a little bit of skin left on there. I'm not worried about it. It's more of a texture thing than anything else. And I don't mind that little bit of extra on there. So, here we go. So there's our nice, pretty cucumber. So we'll slice it into the small strips that we'll use in the poke bowl. And these, I don't know if anybody's going to ask what size they are, but they're about a quarter inch. As far as length, it's whatever you like to do. If you like yours a little bit shorter and get smaller bites of it, that's fine. If you like them a little bit longer than when you cut it off the cucumber to begin with, then that's what you do. So there we go. That wasn't too painstaking. So we've got enough cucumber, and I'm not a huge fan of cucumber, so that's enough for what I want to do today. So now that we got everything, we can start making our bowl. Now what I've done here is I've taken the rice, and in an effort to get it to cool off a little faster, so I'm stuck on the outside there, is kind of use a spatula and kind of put it to the outside of the bowl there. Then I added the sweet rice seasoning, and mix it up real good, then spread it out again and let it get nice and cold in the fridge. And what that does is it helps the rice, the different, what do you call them, basically keeps the rice to separate. If you're doing stir fry, that's the same thing, or fried rice, then also you want to let the rice chill before you do it. It just gives it a better result. So I got my rice in the bowl, And from here, it just turns into what do you like and how do you like it in there. So I'm going to go ahead and take my fork out of my serving bowl. I'm going to fluff this rice up a little bit. That way, I like the flavors to get all the way through. We'll cover it with presentation, and then what I like to do at the end is I like to mix it all up because it makes it easier to eat. And although I always use chopsticks with my sushi, with poke I like to use a fork just because it's easier to get a hold of the rice. I don't know how many of you have eaten rice with chopsticks, but it can get a little frustrating and you get really hungry in the process. I like to get the food in me. So from here, I'm going to go ahead and take some of this crab meat and I'm going to sprinkle it around. Now, a lot of people will make their poke bowls, especially if you're looking for presentation, they'll kind of separate all the different ingredients on top, and it does make it look a lot nicer. So I guess if you're doing it to impress your friends or guests, then you can do that. And I like a lot of crab meat, so I'm going to go ahead and put that whole bowl in there. And then my favorite part here, of course, is the spicy tuna. So that's all going in, of course. There it is. And if you look at the tuna, I've cut it fairly small. That way it goes through the whole bowl. I don't like to eat all of my favorite part to begin with, and then I miss the tuna at the end. So it's fairly small, and this is one of those little fillets that come out of the frozen package. So it works pretty good. I'm going to throw some mango in there. I love the mango, especially with the spicy tuna, because it gives you that sweet and spicy. Good it's a good contrast of flavors. Now this is a whole can that's in this Pyrex container, and that's why I brought the lid out, because I'm not going to use it all. But I do like to get a fair amount in there. So we'll seal that back up, keep this one pesky fly that just won't leave me alone today, keep it away from the mangoes. Alright, from there, we've already used that. And I like a little spicy mayo. This is a Weifu brand spicy mayo. It's one of the few brands that you can actually get around here at Walmart or Kroger. So I do a little bit of that, fair amount. I like my food spicy, so there's the spicy mayo. Now we're going to try some of this avocado paste, which I have not opened. Look at there. Make sure it's good and fresh. There we go. That was pretty easy. Alright. I like a lot of avocado, and avocado is good for you. It's a superfood. So, there we go. There's a good fair amount. And then my personal favorite in sushi and poke, eel sauce. Now this is my homemade eel sauce. A lot of you may wonder what eel sauce is, or think you don't want it because it may come from an eel, but in all actuality it's just soy sauce that's reduced, soy sauce and sugar that's reduced until it comes into like a syrup. And then we'll sprinkle some cucumber around. There's that fly again. Alright. I may have cut up a little more cucumber than I really want, but it's okay. Cucumber is also good for you. It's not a superfood like avocado, but it's good for you. I think that's enough for today. Alrighty. So, wrapping it up. I know the presentation isn't as pretty as if I would have divided all the ingredients, but it's in a good mixture here. And now that you've seen it, now before I eat it, what I like to do is mix it all up. So, get all those flavors, the fusion of the flavors, right? And that's what really gets the different flavors going together. Now, some people would argue that if you keep them separate, then you can taste each flavor individually and then choose your bites so that you get that fusion between the bites. And that's definitely a method, and I like doing that sometimes. But for the most part, I just want to make a big bowl of poke. Now this is probably enough for 2 or 3 people now that I'm sitting here stirring it. Oh, the amount of rice that somebody's going to ask because I didn't say it. The amount of rice, this is a ½ cup of uncooked rice, and then I did 2 cups of water, and that's in an Instapot. And that puts out quite a bit of rice, especially once you add all the other ingredients. So from here, I'll bring my serving bowl over, and I'm just going to portion out enough for me. And I'll probably put the rest of it in the fridge and save it for later. And the other thing that does is all the mess that I made stirring it up. If you've worked in a restaurant before, then you know that presentation's everything. So there's a nice clean bowl. And of course, if I was presenting it, they would have their own clean fork. But it's my fork. So let's have a taste of what we got here. Make sure I got some tuna, a little bit of cucumber. There's a good mango right on top. Let's try it. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's money. That's everything. That's good. That's got the sweet of the mango. Ooh. Spice of the tuna that also comes back to bite you a little bit once you're done. Cucumber kind of helps balance everything out. And there's a little bit of you can get the crab in there also. The imitation crab, which is actually just a white fish that's been colored. But it's also safe to eat raw like that. So, there we are today. Now, what I ask is, of course, always make sure you like this video to help others out to find it. You can subscribe, and as I put up more videos, you can be notified. The other thing I want you to do is in the comments, what do you like in your poke bowl? Oh, I almost forgot the most important thing. The sesame seeds. It's just a little bit more flavor. There we go. And makes it look a little nicer too. So, this is what I like in my poke bowls. Now, why don't y'all leave me a comment and tell me what you like in your poke bowls. And until I see you on here again, y'all keep cooking.